Right then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, hello, wherever you are. My name is Paul, I'm also called Knack. I'm the brains behind the daily teaser, and I'll try and have a link to those in the top left-hand corner here so you can go and have a look. I'm also somebody prone to talking about movies when I get a chance to see one. I also get a chance once or twice a week to watch TV shows, and just recently I've been watching Series 2 of The Mandalorian. And coming away rather impressed, I thought I should tell you about Episode 4, or Chapter 12 as it's also called, The Siege. Episode 4, Chapter 12, The Siege, opens with a flashback to the first episode of Series 1, when the Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal, captures an unnamed alien and takes his captive to the planet Navarro. The episode moves on to show us that the Mandalorian's efforts to repair his ship of an earlier set of repairs isn't going well, even with the child's rather gurgly and enthusiastic help. Yeah, moving on, their only option is to head back to the nearby planet of Navarro, as it's got some very well spoken of good engineers and a couple of old friends. There's two old friends, Greef Karga and Cara Dune, Carl Weathers and Gina Carino, respectively. He's also greeted by the unnamed Mithro alien, a kind of blue fish thing, who's working off his debt to society, working for Magistrate Karga, if you will. Now, Karga and Dune have a problem. It seems there's still a very active Imperial base on Navarro, one doing something on top of menacing the locals. Karga and Dune need help to get rid of the base and any of its inhabitants. The Mandalorian needs repairs and a babysitter. Are you getting a feeling there's a deal that needs doing? Now, what did I make of this episode? Especially given that I wasn't necessarily totally stunned by last week's episode, The Heiress. I think looking back, I have to confess that I wasn't necessarily in a stunningly wonderful mood last week. Maybe not quite in the right mood to sit down and thoroughly enjoy The Heiress. As wonderful as the episode actually is, I still think Katie Sackhoff is possibly one of science fiction's undiscovered talents, God bless her. This week, though, and with admittedly an early birthday present, I'm in a far better mood. And I have to say, a mood that saw me thoroughly enjoying a very good action-driven episode. The Watchmen was fantastic, still is fantastic, but some of its episodes tend to talk. The action ones I tended to be happier with. And it's the same here and with Star Trek Discovery, which I've also seen. The action episodes are doing me proud. They're the rivetingly good ones, I think. Granted, the dialogue in this episode could have flowed a bit better, but I think given that Carl Weathers, who was actually directing this episode, as well as playing Greef Karga, I've got to admit maybe he was juggling the balls very well, so that maybe wasn't the first thing on his mind. It's dialogue that's slightly stilted, but on the whole also well handled by the actors themselves. I'm also going to, and this is possibly going to make me unpopular, I'm actually going to give Gina Carano, I think it's pronounced Carano, as Cara Dune credit for doing a good job as well. The few episodes of The Mandalorian I've seen her in, she's been a joy to watch. She's a competent actress, she knows her lines, she gets her mark, she does her blocking, and she does action scenes as well, with a certain amount of flair and a certain amount of competence. It's understandable, given the fight scenes, or understandable in the case of the fight scenes, because of course she's got training as a competent mixed martial artist who I'm told did rather well. And that would explain why she's very riveting to watch in the fight scenes, I think. I possibly am going to be slightly controversial here. I don't necessarily think she should have been fired for the contentious posts we know she's made. Maybe given a season off, or until she'd made a suitably contrite apology, but I don't think necessarily she should have been permanently fired. The character she plays is helpful. She herself seems a competent actress. I personally think she maybe, given that suitably contrite apology, I think she maybe needs a second chance. I don't know. I know I've seen some of the things she said, and they're not particularly pleasant. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I think she deserves another go, another fair chance. I'm not Lucasfilm. I'm not going to be the one that's making that decision. And again, that decision would need to be if she makes a suitable apology. I think she's a valuable addition to the cast, but that's just one man's opinion. I know that's going to be contentious. I think she's a valuable addition to the cast, but whether it's got her in it or not got her in it, tonight I've walked away from a very good episode of a series I'm thoroughly enjoying. I'm going to be watching the next episode on Saturday the 6th of March. I'm going to be doing my usual written and video review on Sunday the 7th of March. If you'd care to join me, you'd be very welcome. If you'd care to leave me a comment under this video, please do. Be polite, but please leave me a comment. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening. Take care. Be good. Enjoy your day.